Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you've all been doing well. It is time for another review of all of the recent updates from all these third-party studios, along with, recent pre-order drops and whatnot. Before we get into all that, I just want to say thank you for 24,000 followers on YouTube, 15,000 on Instagram. You guys are freaking awesome. All right. All of this, it's just fun to do, fun to be in a community of people that want to talk about figures, official or unofficial. All I can say is thank you. I just have a good time going over everything, talking Dragon Ball, talking Marvel, whatever. It's always a fun time. So if you haven't already, definitely check out Instagram. I do post a lot of things over there as well. Of course, little personal videos and whatnot. When just having a good time, and I'll post it on here. But of course, everything will always go in this post channel. There was some community thing that I enabled on here as well. We'll figure out how that works. But yeah, always check this post tab. That's where everything's going to go first. And then of course, videos will come as they will. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So I'm going to close those. Quick shout out AFFM Customs. Everybody in the community should be hitting his line. He's always making conversion pegs for pretty much all of the Dragon Ball SHF, as well as some of the unofficial figures like Kong Studios, Demon Fit, and such and such. So he's got his eBay links, Makari, all up in there. Go check him out. Cool dude. Of course, if you are looking for something specific, hit him up in the DMs. Let's move on. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We got a new look. It does look like they're going to do, a translucent as well as a regular variant with the matte hair. It is going to come with that dragon effect. I'm not sure if they're throwing in lightning as well, but it would be like a reused effect, I think, from their previous release with the Super Saiyan 2 heads. But definitely, I'm kind of, feeling like I really want to buy these whenever they do, drop. But, I will say I'm a little Super Saiyan 3 out right now. And we're going to be talking about Super Saiyan 3 in a way later on. So, yeah, anyways, I'm sure you can make it out in the bottom corner there when we get to it. But we're going to talk about Boob Custom real quick. And I know everybody's like, Boob Custom, what a name. But this guy's been doing some really cool work. If you haven't seen, he's been doing this Bardock kit. I believe we just actually got some new images of this today. I don't have it on hand, but it looks basically just like this. I think you can find it on AliExpress, El Surprise Toy Wholesale Store, Bandai, One Piece Figure Store, maybe some others. Those are the two I'm kind of using right now. I'll put the links in the description. They will be like affiliate links if you want to support or not. Your choice. But yeah, I mean, this guy does cool stuff. He's been working on another kit for Piccolo, specifically battle damaged. Whole kit here, and as you can see, it's really extensive with what he did with Bardock, giving you new replacement parts, and he's doing that as well here with Piccolo, as you can see. And I would go through his Instagram page, and look at a lot of these little clips. I believe, I don't know if he deleted it or not, it should be down here, showing like the knee articulation and stuff with all that. This right here though is up on AliExpress for like a pre-order of just heads. So I think if you just want those, maybe go for them. I'm kind of holding out just to see. They still kind of look like they're in the early phases. They look good so far, but I'm curious to see how they look more finalized later. I don't necessarily know the timetable for these, as well as the full kit here with the battle damage, but it's looking promising, and this guy does good work, so I have faith, it'll turn out really well. But yeah, follow him on Instagram. He's seemingly posting more often here as well. If I remember to, I'll put the Xianyu page as well in the description. But, that one, unless you're using like Superbuy or something, you can't really buy off of it. If you're overseas, like over here, not overseas, if you're over here in the US, Western, side, you're not really going to be able to buy it through usual means. So you got to go through a proxy service. Anyways, let's move on. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes, but you guys seem to like the longer formatted video. So if that's cool, we're going to keep doing it. If you haven't, seen the last video or just haven't seen this in general at all, Black Hole Toys has previewed their box art for their Majin Vegetas that they're working with TK. And quite frankly, I mean, this doesn't necessarily guarantee that these are coming first before the future Gohan and the Ultimate Gohan and Super Saiyan Goku. those could still be coming first. And quite frankly, they've had a prototype working since the very beginning. Ever since they first started this project, they had prototypes that started and gradually kept moving and getting better. The last time we've seen a prototype was like an image that was technically from November of last year, and we haven't really gotten a new image since then. So I'd like to imagine these figures that they seemingly have not shown us are actually more than done. And they're kind of just playing ball and waiting, or working with factories for production means, I don't know. But yeah, I still think it's a chance that this Majin Vegeta may still be further out than people think. If you are checking Hobby Models, estimate, it's an estimate for a reason. It's not a guaranteed date. So just be aware of that. It can always change with these third parties. It's subject to change all the time. Never guaranteed. But yeah, let's keep moving. Let's talk about our good old friend Demoniacal Fit here. They had a couple of images here of Gogeta. Nothing really crazy to talk about here, but just another look at it. I really don't know if they're going to be able to release it by the end of this month. I mean, it's the 20th already, so we'll see. But the other one, I believe, kind of has started to appear for pre-orders on AliExpress, but I can't really say if it's like the real thing yet. I tried to order one on Ziani, but it got rejected because of special conditions to order it or whatever. So I'm not sure when the actual pre-order is set and ready to go. I would personally just wait for 5K Toys and then seek outward. 5K, I mean, not 5K. Demoniacal Fit usually makes enough that it's widely available that you can grab it before, it's suddenly off the market. You usually have a decent amount of time. So if this is something you want, either the Super Gogeta from the Z Fusion Reborn movie, or you want the more DBS Broly looking version with the blue hair, more of those DBS colors, then, I would be watching 5K Toys. Instagram, I would be watching. If you can, I would join the Facebook group. I mean, you'll get pings essentially like as soon as they're dropping there in the group chat. So it's worthwhile enough. And also just, I guess, bookmark 5K Toys and just check periodically. Of course, I will post whenever I see it go up. Anyways, moving on. Okay, if I say Kong Studios, the same thing can be said for Mythos Anime, Beast Deities, Lionheart Studio, or Red Bull Studio. They are all like some sub-faction of Kong Studios at the end of the day through name changes. So if I say Kong, I'm referring to all of those other entities. They are the same thing. Nothing's really that different, except the name. Anyways, Kong Studios, Mythos Anime, Beast Deities, whatever you want to call them. 5K Toys basically was receiving feedback. Which variants would we want for a Super Saiyan? I guess a Gogeta in general. And I mean, obviously, there's no reason to do another Super Gogeta and DBS Gogeta if Kami 1, jeez, you guys caught me on that one. Kami 1, Demoniacal Fit already participating in those regular versions of the, Metamoran Fusion. But Super Saiyan 4, quite frankly, is one of the most requested figures, both from shfiguarts in the Dragon Ball line, as well as just in general as a want. So I'm more than confident that the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta here is going to be the one to win and kind of just, get the one to be made. But I would hope that 1, 3, and 4 are the ones that ideally win. You can kind of get away with this with some kit bashing, I think. So I'm not really kind of over the moon to get that. And I mean, I haven't watched enough of Heroes to know who this dude is. I don't want it. If I wanted something like this, I would just ask for copy Vegeta, which quite frankly is funny that such a simple figure hasn't been made yet, just as kind of a joke. But hey, anywho, that's that. They already removed the post, so I did put it up on my post in the community tab on YouTube. So again, watch that community tab. That's where I put everything first. That way, so you guys can get the news. And if there's things like this, for example, where they're looking for feedback, then you can go directly click the links and go there and give your feedback. So always watch that post tab. Moving forward, we've got more stuff from Kong, Mythos, Beast Deities, whatever. And yes, they added shading to these Goku variants, Super Saiyan 3 Goku variants. They didn't do it for the Vegetos, I think, which is kind of odd to me. But I guess he didn't really need it, which, is whatever. Yeah, I mean, they look cool. Nothing too crazy about them, but I would hope the articulation and all that good stuff is, you know, popping off great. Not any issues. I haven't really seen anybody complaining too much about them yet at this moment that I'm making this video. So hopefully they're good to go. Obviously, it's going to be a while before 5K Toys gets their stock. If you're new to this, 5K Toys doesn't immediately get the stock that China, Hong Kong, whatever gets. That's always going to be them getting it first over there overseas, because it's obviously local over there, while we have to get it shipped over here. Then they have to ship it out, you know, to their customers. So 5K Toys is waiting on their shipment whenever that even begins to process, just like they're waiting for the Super Saiyan, no, the other Vegetas that came out just a few weeks ago in China, the DBS Broly variant, you know, the shaded variant, whatever, all that. Just be aware. I'll go through the rest of these pictures as well, in case you want to see it. But nothing crazy. Same old, same old. Yeah. All right. This is the Red Bolt Studio, quote unquote, Kong Studios Ultra Vegeta 1 head sculpt. And a lot of people did not like this. And I mean, this is probably the fastest I've seen them drop something in a while. That's like, even if it's like a kit. Quite frankly, I'm more akin to wanting the RE Customs variant. It just looks more natural. This one here, and just with the body type, I'm not really sure it feels like the Vegeta from Dragon Ball Daima. Now, of course, you could put this head on a Dragon Ball Daima body and we'll see if it actually looks better. And I think that's kind of what they should have done. But of course, it's made to go on their own Kong Studios body. There is a little bit of gappage that's been pointed out already. It's pretty prominent across all those Vegeta figures. And I mean, there are some solutions that people have given for that. So if it's really a problem for you, not too difficult to fix, although can be annoying. This is the RE Customs one. This one looks a lot more promising in my opinion. I love the work that RE Customs do, not to glaze them too much, but I do really like their work. And the only thing I would like to see here is more detail in the hair. They didn't really do that with the Gokus, or yeah, with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, as well as the Super Saiyan Goku that they did. So I'm assuming that they're going to kind of keep it uniform and not really change that. But hey, I still prefer this over the other one, just personally. And here's another side view of it. So in conjunction with this, it looked like they're doing a classic Android Saga Vegeta Super Saiyan head sculpt. They're doing the Daima Ultra Vegeta 1 head sculpt. And somewhere in this, they have Ultra Ego. We haven't seen an update on that. That one right there is the one that everybody is like clamoring for. We've been waiting for updates. Haven't seen it yet. Yeah, nothing more I can say about that. We'll jump over to OC Toys here. Of course, their Instagram page has been pretty stagnant lately. I don't have a reason why. Maybe some guesses, but they just haven't been using it. So any photos that do come out are usually through other people, like another, party. Not necessarily directly from them. It's coming, I think, probably through private group chats and then kind of coming out that way, like QQ. But we did finally see some new updated images here of the 3 variants that they're doing. Well, I mean, they're doing more than that, but the first ones to release. So you can see we've got Super Saiyan God Vegito with all the accessories packed in the clamshell. We've already looked at the box as well. Here's the Super Saiyan variant. 2 of the boxes look okay. They've also got the what do I call this? I guess the extra box. I forget what's called, but the same thing that Tamashii does with their boxes when they are premium Bandai. Let's see. There's the base, and there's another look at the box. And yeah, I mean, if they're packaging up like this, and there was another image showing all of the different like effects being made in mass, maybe by mid-July, maybe earlier than that, we'll start seeing this appear in people's hands. As for like AliExpress, I mean, if it's this close and they've got the box done, I mean, I'm hoping that literally before the end of the month. But I'm just giving some leeway just in case there's another random delay for whatever reason. I don't know. Yeah, and again, if you're using 5K Toys, just be prepared to wait. That's all I can say to you, is be prepared to wait. They usually get their stuff not dead last, just a lot slower. It's just the way it is. Moving on, we got more Vegito to talk about. HM committed to doing, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Vegito variant head sculpts. 11. Quite frankly, I'm not tired, but I am just like shocked that they committed to all that. In addition, they did another revamped Are You Seriously Crying face. And I talked about this last time, but while this one is a lot more accurate looking to that moment from the anime, I believe, I don't know if the manga had that same face. I could have done with something different. TK did one. They already did one before. Maybe do something different, you know, as a bonus. I don't think I want a repeat of the same face. That's just me. Anywho, we'll quickly go through these variants. You'll notice really fast that the Rosé variant is not here. The Beast variant is not here. Honestly, could do without those. If there are people that wanted those, I'm sorry. We'll see if they come back to them anytime soon or if they do something extra with those. I don't know. But you've got a Super Saiyan that's more translucent, Super Saiyan Blue that's more translucent. You've got Super Saiyan God translucent, Super Saiyan God matte. This one right here I'm for sure gonna get. If you've seen the pictures a while ago, and I probably should have put them up, they did already show that they were working on this like last year. However, the versions of these before had that pointy chin, so that's why it looks different. And ideally, the fact that this is more or less at least 70% of these sculpts are going to be just the same thing, right? Just different colors. Ideally, these should not take that long to drop. Looking down here, it says Q4 2025 to Q1 2026. It should not take us all the way till next March, April, May, June to see these released. I'm just being totally honest. They've still got the Gohans from the Cell Saga to do. They still have the different Gohan variants from the Buu Saga, the Gohan Black from Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, all that to do. On top of that, they probably have some other things that they will announce. They're doing Broly head sculpts as well. I really think that they just need to knock them out the way. The Ultra Ego ones are like really the biggest difference out of all of these. There's really no reason why they should take that long, but knowing HM and Air, it will probably take a long time. So again, if you're ordering from here, it'll probably take a while to get to you. And this is a warning for pre-ordering anything HM and Air. They take super long to release stuff. While it's great quality, it's cool, it just takes too long. And the problem with waiting sometimes is the price can inflate, and that is unfortunate. So make your decision, but I'm hoping that it's not going to take too long. Anyways, you got Ultra Instinct, you got Ultra Instinct Transparent, you've got Ultra Instinct Sign somewhere in there, right here. You got the Ultra Ego variants. Of course, I'm gonna get one of those just because. But yeah, I hope after this they're kind of done. And then, I mean, if they want to do this with Gogeta, I mean, fair game. But yeah. Anywho, this is cool. If you like that moment when he got turned to candy, go for it. I have not seen any prototypes for any of these other ones, so we have no idea what they look like in hand. I'd hope they don't go through any changes, because that right there will be traumatic. I listen, the last time, this is the last little mini rant. The last time when they made Vegito and they first started their project, what was this, last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. When they first started this Vegito project, the sculpt that they first started with looked awesome. Then they changed it. And while it is awesome still, the prior sculpt, I would have preferred they just kept on that and maybe adjusted to this new one that they got. That's all I'm saying. I would prefer not to see this sculpt that they have here change into another variant later on. It just, that's what I dislike mostly about third parties. And they can change it if they want to. So moving on. I don't want to keep ranting. Kong Studios, Mythos Anime, Beast Deities, whatever you want to call them. Dark Broly. This right here, I already can tell it's going to be at least over $150, bro. There's no way. This accessory set with it is going to be just ginormous, a lot of plastic. It probably is going to have an LED effect in there. That's some crazy freaking shit, man. I'm sorry. Let's look at the other picture. You can see it's a big aura effect that he's going to come with. Someone did point out, because I kind of missed it, that the hair here is Super Saiyan, I think 5 hair. So I mean, I imagine then at least we'll see Super Saiyan 5 at some point. There also was word that this new variant, the Dark Broly, probably the Super Saiyan 4 and 5 Brolys, will be bigger. So if you were not happy paying the price you paid for the other Brolys, I'm sorry. It's probably going to be a little bit more. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm out, and I'm not really too interested with the Dark Broly design myself. And I don't really care for Super Saiyan 4 Broly or Super Saiyan 5, so I'm kind of glad to not have to worry about that. However, I need to see them drop some images of their restrained Brolys. Those are the ones that I truly am waiting for. Anyways, yeah, big ass effect, big ass figure, lots of freaking money. Have fun with that. Let's talk about TK real quick. These released. 5K Toys does have them in stock now if you want to go buy them. Let me refresh and see if they're still there. Okay, because you never know. Yeah, all 3 are there if you want to buy them. I mean, they're okay. I'm not saying they're bad. I just think for the price, what you're getting, you know, value could be a little bit better. And I mean, looking at things like the Broly kit that he's doing, I think you probably could have smashed a few things in here. Pause. With this, even for $35, like one more face, you know, gritting teeth at least. You know, I like the effect though. It looks cool, but I don't know if I want to spend $35 just to get the effect, because I for sure would be selling the heads because I'm satisfied with the HM for now. Yeah, DKO Toys. This right here, this is an old picture. I mean, we've gotten new pictures. Don't worry. We're gonna scroll over here. So, as you know, the DKO Toys Broly head sculpts did release in China. Not everybody is satisfied with them, and the biggest reason, obviously, is the hair not being as big as people thought it would be or hoped to be. And, you know, I can agree. I'm very curious to see how this looks on another type of figure. I want to see how this particularly looks on like a restrained Broly from Kong later, because it might work. You know, I'm just getting it for the future just to test. But, you know, there's a lot of other complaints here. People complain about the different type of faces, the angles, all that. You know, I am not all crazed up about that. Like, I don't really get too deep in it. If it bothers me enough that I just like don't like how it looks, I'll say something. But in most cases, like if it looks like the character, functions like the character, and you hardly could tell that it's not that character, then it's that character. But I don't know. I can understand when people are a little, you know, tilted about it. So honestly, you do have another option if you are not, you know, this isn't what you fancy. You do have, oh my gosh, why did I blank the name? MP Models doing Broly as well. I mean, judge it for yourself. Do you like the hair? Do you not like the hair? This is what it looked like so far. Of course, we've gotten other pictures in the past. They don't have them up for some reason. It's okay. This is what is all supposed to be coming with it. We've seen little bits of it. I do have some pictures, I think, on my Instagram if you want to go scroll back. But you're going to get 2 sculpts, 2 bangs. Was it 5? Oh, no, I think you're going to get 6 faces. There's an extra face that's like a punched effect face for him. And you're going to get more hands than you will with the DKO. However, the DKO has value with the additional face plates. So it's like, do you prefer to have more expressions over more specific of a design and it meets what you're looking for specifically? Because that's the hardest part when it comes to third parties. Everybody is picking a specific design style that they want to do, whether it's replicating a specific frame from a specific shot from the anime or manga, a specific style from one of the, you know, animators, whatever. Everybody tries to do something different, or they just try to be unique entirely. That's why it's good to have options. Right now, there's only about, 4 people doing Broly head sculpts, 2 for Beast Deity's body, and 2 for the SHF / Demonical Fit bodies. You know, you got options. I would go for MP model if you prefer these, you know, type of more, I guess you could say stylistic faces. And if you want more expressions in general, you get your value out of the DKO. However, again, like I said, I would, you know, maybe they look better on a different body. I don't know. Of course, you know, be on the lookout for AFM Customs. You never know, he may do a conversion pig, and maybe this sculpt just looks better on a 2.0 body. I mean, a 1.0 body, because it's so old, that old SHF body. Maybe it looks better on there. I haven't seen anybody show it like that, so who knows? But something to think about. Let's move on. We've got, lastly, to talk about ENC. I quite frankly, this is like new for me. I saw that they had some stuff under their name at one point, which was the RE Customs KO that they did, which is basically like the same sculpt just turned into a Kaioken Goku. And I think Vegeta has a different style with it as well. It's like Kaioken-ish. I don't know why the colors are like that, but yeah, they basically made a KO of that knockoff of a knockoff, I guess. I don't really know if that's really the word to use, but fourth party, I don't know. Yeah, they did that before, and apparently they've been working on these two figures, at least two of them that have been shown so far. Kaioken Goku and a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, or maybe it's just Super Saiyan Blue. What I can say about this is that it's very evidently using other studios' parts. So of course you've got the shfiguarts Legendary Super Saiyan Goku body. That's the standard here. You've got the torn undershirt from Air Studio, and then you've got what looks to be the Demon Fit Martialist Forever head sculpt, and then their faces. I don't know what they're going to be going for. Of course, this is a render, so not the best idea. I got to see what it looks like when they do the first, prototype test of the actual faceplates. But you're getting some kind of effect here, punch effect in the color of Kaioken for regular Kaioken times 4 or whatever, regular Kaioken times 20, whatever. Yeah. Also, this is from Air. They did the same thing. So it looks like they're just kind of making an amalgamation of a figure. This is supposed to be the Lefma hair. So we'll kind of go over here. You can see this photo is actually it was shown a long time ago. So assuming that, I would hope that the figure is actually kind of been worked on and is almost nearing its completion, if that's the case. Because if this photo is tied to that, we've seen this like very, very many months ago. So it has to be somewhere closer. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're just copying shfiguarts body mostly, right? To get this part here, I mean, it really depends on the material that they use, but you're taking the articulation away regardless of what you do here. This one, if you can make it flexible enough, you probably could get away with it more, but just based off of how the Air one is, it's not that flexible enough to give you any extra range that it normally has. It's restricting it regardless. So at the end of the day, it depends how much these figures are going to cost. And I mean, right now, I think they're like, what, 50, 60, somewhere around there, maybe higher on AliExpress. I really want to see what they look like when they start actually having more of a finalized prototype. So I'll be looking out for news on that. But yeah, besides that, there's not really nothing else to talk about just at this moment of the time of making this video. But yeah, like I said, it's been a pretty interesting week of updates. I am glad to see that, Mythos Anime Kong Studios is keeping up and being able to drop new pre-orders, as well as, show us some new stuff and get stuff out a little faster than I thought. Because, for example, those freaking other Vegeta variants, the DBS Broly one, the premium color version, as well as the other Super Saiyan variant, those took a while, a lot longer than I thought. And the reason that they gave before was that it was like going through updates, but the figure itself, I mean, in terms of articulation and quality control, I think it was about the same that people reported. So not really sure I believe that, but yeah, I will check back in. If nothing pops up, of course, you won't see anything, but dude, again, check out the Instagram, check out the, we'll just go here. Check out the Instagram. Of course, sometimes I will not always be posting Dragon Ball stuff. I do try to expand out just a little bit, but it's usually just going to be more CT Toys type of thing. And if you haven't been checking that out, CT Toys / Mess Toys, they got it in the bag. All right. They've got Superior Spider-Man in the works. Their black suit Spider-Man with the Revil Tech Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man 2.0 body. I've heard nothing but stellar reviews on it. Of course, it's KO, it's third party. It's not perfect, but for the price, for what it can do, it's crazy. Like, third parties just have been going insane. And listen, I would always say, of course, support the official company, but man, like, it's been a while since I've like wanted a figure like this. And I mean, no one else is doing a Superior Spider-Man that's going to be this well articulated. And I mean, Moto King was, for example, but I don't know what Moto King's up to. They kind of went quiet after the launch of their No Way Home, not No Way Home, the Iron Spider, I think, from the Infinity War movie. I mean, I don't know. They're not really all that different across the movies, I think. But yeah, keep it in the news. Of course, like I said, again, thank you for all the love on the channel, love on the Instagram page. I don't see myself stop doing this, but of course, if there are days where I go radio silent, it's just because I'm exhausted. You know, you got work, got this, life, it'll be tough. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for more. Of course, you know, follow all these pages I got in here. If I don't put them in the description, I'm sorry. Just trying to get the video out to you guys without waiting too long. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.